morning on Agenda tonight, we have an exclusive story. How for the first time the Ministry of Home Affairs, while giving out data about people killed in communal violence, gave a religion-wise breakup. That happened at the NIC meeting. It has literally raked up a storm. While some say it's against secular credentials of our country, others say it's just data. Why should we hide it? Our audience today is divided as well. But first, the pundits to give us the newsmakers' point of view. On the show today, we have somebody totally opposing it. India's Home Secretary, just retired, R.K. Singh. He says this sets a dangerous trend. But supporting this move are two people here joining us. We have K.K. Daruwala. He's a member of the National Minorities Commission and MP, AIMM MP from Hyderabad. We have Asaduddin Owaisi. We'll be going to our pundits in just a bit. But first, let's take a look at the story. Exclusive story filed by Sudhir Ranjan Sen about how this data has become public and why it has become so controversial.
Does the religion of those who lived here make any difference? Or what was the religion of those who died in communal riots matter? Apparently, for the government, it does. In a meeting to discuss the rising incidence of communal violence in the National Integration Council, the Union Home Minister released this unprecedented religion-based data. The number of Hindus and Muslims killed in communal clashes and the amount of property each community lost in communal violence in the last few months.
Once you give figures, and if the figures happen to be skewed, that will serve as a seed for further configuration. In government, you don't do anything community-wise. You don't identify communities. That is the essence of a secular government.
The BJP, which was indirectly targeted by several leaders for polarizing and playing communal politics, was quick to react.
It doesn't augur well for those who are speaking highly of communal harmony. Only yesterday we had a meet of the National Integration Council wanting to highlight the need for all of us to play a positive role in getting communal harmony.
The government, however, defends its decision. It says religion-wise data was released to counter rumors. Also, it says religion-wise data will show that all communities suffer equally in communal violence. But some officials maintain that it is setting a worrying trend. Will identifying the dead and the injured as Hindus or Muslims or releasing data as to which community lost more property in communal clashes counter rumors? And if so, just how? Whatever be the end, the decision is controversial and is open to allegations that it is motivated by politics. With Ketki Angre in New Delhi, Sudhir Ranjan Sen for NDTV.
So let's just get to our first talking point emerging from that new development, the new trend. Why is religion-wise data of riots so contentious? Mr. R.K. Singh, this has been decided by your ministry, but why don't you agree with it?
It was my ministry. I am retired now. Why I don't agree with it is very simple. We are a secular government. A secular government does not identify either the injured or the dead by any religion or caste or whatever. Every human being is simply a human being. Every dead person is simply a human being who has been killed, who has been murdered. Whether he is Hindu or Muslim or Christian is not something which the government should distinguish. That is one. The second thing is that releasing such data has a dangerous portent. If, for example, the data were totally skewed, then that will serve as something which will ignite passions. Once you release data community-wise, you are playing with fire. I mean, you are playing with the tendency of passions being ignited. You don't distinguish between communities at all in government, period. Full stop.
Okay. Mr. Owaisi, you disagreed with that. Why? What is the point you're saying? How would you counter Mr. Singh?
I would counter Mr. Singh by saying that now he's retired, he has conveniently forgotten that the last year Planning Commission came out with poverty estimates religion-wise, right? So that was right or wrong? Let Mr. R.K. Singh reply. Second point, Sachar committee was formed when Mr. R.K. Singh was in service. Sachar committee came out with empirical evidence of backwardness of Muslims. Third point is NSSO survey. Yesterday Indian Express reported that 22% of Muslims only cross the age of 40. Fourth, NCRB data which clearly says that in the whole nation there are 17% of Muslims who are under trials, and 22% under trials and 17% get convicted. Now the whole question over here is that we have RTI. RTI, if you file an application, you have to give. And the last and major point is that you have RSS, which always creates a boogie that Muslim appeasement, vote bank politics. Now when figures come out, let the people of India form their opinion that who is being oppressed, what are the actual facts, because end of the day there's a demand from major section. Let me complete. There's a demand that the government should bring in a legislation to control communal violence. It is the RSS which says no, you are doing appeasement. That is why this data is very important. You cannot stop data. You require empirical evidence to form your policies, to make legislation, and also to ensure that the RSS or the right-wing people don't create this bogey of Muslim appeasement and unite Hindus for their electoral gains.
Mr. Singh, respond to that also, because these are the same arguments which are being given by MHA as well, because they say rumors, you have to quell rumors only with the help of solid, substantial data and truth. Why are you saying that could be harmful?
May I answer? You see, when you have people in government or people in the parliament thinking in terms of religion in a secular country, I think it's a very bad portent indeed. A poor person is a poor person whether he is a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian or a Jain or a Buddhist, and every poor person is equal. I mean, whether it's education, an uneducated person, if he is a Muslim, if he is a Hindu, if he is a Jain, he is one uneducated person. Now that is how a secular government thinks or should think, and that is how people in government and people in parliament think or should think. Those people who think in terms of a person's religion and who sort of talk in terms of person's religions are actually talking communal language.